Welcome to RX Tutorials. In this video, we are going to learn how to build this dynamic field map with Power Query. Power Query is one of the most powerful tools introduced by Microsoft to deal with large or tons of data ranging from above 1,000,000 rows. With this tutorial, we are going to build just a simple dynamic field map, and then we can filter this map based on the category or based on the state. We can also add more filters to it. So as you can see, we are filtering by category, and then with the state that we made, say we generated some sales revenue, we can visualize or see the sales revenue generated in these states, and also the label names or the state name. So we can filter by either the category or we can filter by the state. So you see that it dynamically changes to show the state that is being displayed. So let's start by first opening a new book. So in the new book, we go to data. This is the transform section of Excel. So we click on the get data, and from get data, we use a file from a workbook. The file we use the country sales data. So we will see the Power Query navigator. In this case, we have to choose which data or which sheet we want. So we click on this, and then we go to transform data. This opens up the Microsoft Power Query editor. Let's enlarge this. So we have the state in this column, the city, the state, the region. So this symbol here symbolizes that this is a test. So as you can see, so we have the various data types and their symbols. So this is also a test, so that is correct. Let's move here. In our sales column, we can see that this is a decimal, but we want a whole number, so we can change this to a whole. So we take off the decimal. Yes, we place current, and our quantity is okay, so we can leave it like that. So we can transform, we can delete columns that we don't need. So for example, we can delete the city column. So you can just highlight the column you want to delete and click remove. So we have deleted this column. So we are done with cleaning our data or preparing our data. So you head on to this section, click on this pane, and then it opens up two options. So we can load to, where we can specify if you want a connection or if you want to load it to the data model, or we can just load it into the book. So in this case, it's not a large data, so we will just load it into the workbook. So we can see our data has been loaded into the workbook. We can name this our data sheet. In this sheet, we can just name it as this is where we'll build our map, dynamic field map. From here, we have the country and the state. Excel introduced a new feature where for the state, we can go to data, and then you have this geography. So this really plots the map. It makes the data, it recognizes this column as geographic data. So it plots an accurate map. So we can highlight this and then click on this symbol. That is the geography symbol. So as you can see, we have some signs here. So we can click on it, and then you see that it opens up the map of the states Kentucky, and then you have all the data. That is the population, the area, the abbreviation, the largest city in Kentucky, the median value or the median household income. So it gives you all the data which is linked to Wikipedia. So in our data, we can click anywhere in our data. We go to insert, and then we want to insert a field map. We don't want our map here, so we can cut and then we paste it here. We can either do it this way, or we can go back to our data and highlight the state we want to insert our map. So we want to highlight this column. The state we want to build a chart that shows the state with the cells. So we can hold the control, highlight the state and the cells, and then go to insert, and then we insert a field map. We can cut this and then paste the map here. Let's enlarge this so we can see it well. Let's turn off the legend. With the sheet selected, we go to view and then we can turn off the grid lines. So with the chart selected, you can go to chart design, and by default Excel gives you some pretty designs. At least we can choose any from them. We can also change the colors to suit our own specification. So let's say we choose this color, and then we go back to our data. We click anywhere in the data, go to insert, and then we insert a slicer. A slicer is basically, if you know more about pivot tables and Power Query, slicer is basically a filtering tool where we can filter our data. So in this case, I want to filter by the state, and I also want to filter by the category. Press Ctrl, select the tool, and then we can Ctrl X to cut. We can paste both here. So with this, we can just resize this. So by clicking on this slicer, we go to the slicer, and then we can increase our columns to 3 so that it fits. So let's put this here, and let's put our state here. So let's press, by selecting the chart, we can open the format data series by pressing Ctrl 1, and then we go here, we click on the chart options, click on sales, click on the series options. So when we open the series options, Excel gives us 3 options. We can change the map projection to show this. Yes, and then we can choose Albus, we can choose Miller, we can choose automatic, which usually gives you this. If you want to see the map labels, we can choose show all. So this shows all the map labels, that is the country names. With the map area, we can change if we want to see only the regions with data. So you can see that this part is without data, so it's off. We can choose our country or region. So let's set it, or you can choose a world map. So it shows a world map, and the country without data, you see that is green, that is no data. This is with data, so we can just put it back to automatic. We can just put it back to automatic. So yeah, we can change, and then we come to the slicer. So as we filter, that is furniture, you can see that we have our map dynamically changes. Let's click on the chart and introduce our data labels, because I want to see the values, that is the revenues for each state. Let's go back to data. Let me turn this, the sales, highlight the column, and then I want this to be currency. So then I want to make it with no decimal. So we can see this reflects here. So we can see that in Utah we made $1,000 sales in Utah. So this reflects that this is revenue. So we can filter by the category. We can also filter by the state. Let's change the chart title. The country sales data or country sales revenue. I think that is proper. So as you can see, as we filter by Florida, we can see the name Florida here and then the sales revenue that was generated in Florida. You can do also a multi-select by holding control. You can select the state that we want to see. So as you can see, we selected Colorado, Illinois. So every state that we select, we can have it dynamically changes. We filter by this. So that is how we build just a simple dynamic field map chart. Incredible feature that Excel has introduced in the Microsoft 365. Yeah, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button. You can always find the Excel, the workbook or the worksheet in the link below. In all our videos, all our workbooks are available for download. So download this workbook and learn at home. You can try it at home, and then if you have any questions, you can comment in the comment section. Yeah, enjoy the other videos. Bye.